Welcome to the Engineering, Emotions, and Energy Podcast, where you can relax, recharge, and reconnect. And now, your host, Justin Wink.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. Today on the show, if you saw the title, talking about my recent big announcement that I'm publishing a book. I'm not writing it. I'm not thinking about it. It's been written. It's in the publishing phase. So very exciting. Yet in a way, you'd think like, oh, this should just be all good, all happy, all excitement. Because, you'd think that time before it's like written, that would be the hardest part. But for me, and maybe you can relate, or maybe there's another part of your life you can relate, this announcing it has been one of the most challenging experiences in my life. And you might be going, because maybe you're a long-time listener and you're like, Justin, but you've been divorced and your mom just died, in late August. It's like, yeah, I'm putting this up there, that this announcing the book has been very challenging. And you might be going like, how can it be that challenging? Well, because for me, putting myself out there, my ideas and myself is one of the biggest challenges that I've faced for most of my life. Like going back to when I was in junior high, I had a group of friends. I didn't speak a fucking word in front of them ever at all because I was so deathly afraid of getting made fun of or whatever. They still made fun of me, but what were they making fun of? They didn't know me. They weren't making fun of me. They were just making fun of some kid standing there. When I was in high school, I found a group of friends, and I don't even know how this worked out, but we would only hang out by these like racquetball courts. It was all the way away from all the other kids and things. So it was just me and my friends, and literally would not be seen by anyone else in the school. And at one point, they eventually said, "Hey, you kids, you're out of bounds." That really doesn't come up very much lately, but that was a real big thing in school, was being out of bounds. You're out of bounds. You got to come back to the quad. And I just remember like that first, I was like being naked. Like, oh my gosh, everyone can see me. They could just come up to me. They could just do whatever. It was just horrifying, that thought. In some ways, putting out that I've written a book, that it's coming out, and asking people to support it, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm out there. And I thought one of the biggest challenges would be that I'd be facing haters. People going like, who are you to write a book? What's this shit? Or why are you bothering me with this? And I really haven't experienced that. In fact, what's been interesting is, and what's almost been as challenging, if not more so, is the amount of support and appreciation and congratulatory wishes and just all of this good, loving, supportive stuff. And it's been challenging to take. And again, you might be going, why? What? How can that be hard? Why is that hard? A lot of times, what we've been most missing, most longing in our life, when we start to get it, ends up being the most painful. And I think the best analogy for this is thinking of if like you've stuck your foot like on a giant thorn or like a giant piece of metal, like you stepped and it went through your shoe, stabbed through your foot. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good. It's going to hurt. Part of you is going to be like, oh man, I wish this giant hunk of rusted metal would just be out of my foot. You might even try to take it out, but you're going to be like, that hurts. That hurts to remove it. What you most want causes what appears to be the most pain because it's a different type of pain. And so sometimes experiencing joy and love can be very similar, where it's like it's what you want most, yet it's got this like, ooh, it's different. It's different than the pain I've been living in. And And so what I recommend is little by little. So you don't, there's that whole like, just rip the Band-Aid off. Sometimes it's best to go slow, nice and easy, and, ask for some help, and then maybe get some other tools and things like that. Because, it's like, it's a lot easier to remove that hunk of metal if you got a well-trained doctor there that maybe has some lidocaine or some other stuff. Like our emotional journeys and our journeys into doing what really lights us up and what really matters, that can be very similar, where honestly, book writing, not easy. I see why like 99% of people never get around to it. Yet I'm very, very grateful and happy that I found a supportive company that's been helping me come along with this, Inspirational Booksellers. There's a book writers, inspirational book writer, IBW. They're this great company out of Australia that's been helping support me through the editing and the publication and all this stuff. And it's just been fantastic. It's because I'm a big fan of, stuff's not necessarily going to be easy, but it can be done with ease, joy, and support. And that's a lot of the messages in the book, by the way, is how do we go about things? We sometimes think like, oh, if you want it, it's going to be hard and it's going to be challenging and it's going to be pain and suffering. And it's not to say that you might not, but you don't maybe have to have as much as a lot of us have been told to believe. Things can be a lot easier than we're told. And from what I've heard other people's book writing experiences, I feel like mine's been relatively easy, even though it has been incredibly challenging. And I still got some more to go because I still got to get the final edits in. So that's the phase. You might be wondering, like, well, where are you at? We're at this phase with getting the final edits, and then finalizing the book cover, and then getting it off to the publisher and figuring out how long that is, and setting up a release date. So I don't have the release date yet. It's happening this year. Period. End of story. When exactly this year? That is a mystery. And with many mysteries, if you would like to see how the mystery unfolds, I do have a way that you can be a part of this and be a supporter of this, because I really do want this book to get out there. And maybe the book is meant for you, but maybe not. But this is the type of thing where just the fact of a lot of people supporting it helps it get into the hands of those people that really do need it, that I know are going to benefit from this. Because I know that's why I'm writing the book. Because it's not because, oh, this is the most fun, most enjoyable. It's like, I got a message to get out there. And you're like, oh shit, Justin, you haven't even said the name of the book or what it's about yet. So maybe it's time to do that. The book is called Engineered to Love: Going Beyond Success to Fulfillment Through Practical Tools to Relax, Recharge, and Reconnect. It's for a person that is like, oh man, I've been following the rules. I've been in bounds and I'm successful. I'm getting done, but fuck, is this all there is to life? I'm feeling burnt out. Like there's not enough time. Like I'm not really connected to anybody. There has to be more to life than this. That's what this book is all about, to be able to find that meaning and that fulfillment. And we're doing it through the tools to relax, recharge, and reconnect. Often when you're in the state of not enough time, too busy and burnt out, it's just like stress. And so that the antidote of that is relaxation. And then also this like, with not feeling really connected, feeling disconnected, got to reconnect. And then I'm feeling tired all the time, not having the energy, got to re-energize. I got tools and stories to help you become more fulfilled. That's the point of this book. It's not just do it, make your eyes bleed till it happens. It's do it in a joyous, easeful, loving way. So it really is some very, very different concepts. The book's not going to be for everybody, but for those that it's for, I know it's going to work wonders. It's going to help a lot of people. So I would like you to be a part of this. And so I've got literally the group that's helped me write the book. They're just like, just call it your VIP club. So this is my very exclusive Engineered to Love book VIP club that I want you to join. So you can go to justinwink.com/VIP and you can sign up. And you're like, Justin, why would I sign up? I'm glad you asked. One, you'll get to, once I do know when the book's coming out, you'll be the first to know. You'll also be able to get the book at the lowest possible price. Like you won't even have to think about it. It's going to be so low, so easy. And you'll also get the most fun surprises, bonuses, things like that. And you'll be a part of the process. You'll get to likely see the book cover, be one of the first to see the book cover, and all these other things. And I've been asking some people already if you've seen the announcement on social media. I mean, there still might, if you listen to this right when it drops, you still might have a chance, because I have been doing a book survey, justinwink.com/book survey, getting people involved to let me know like what additional things to make it easiest for people to, get this transformation to where they aren't just feeling like, okay, I'm successful, but I'm miserable, but I'm actually loving life. I'm feeling fulfilled, asking people like, well, what's the big blocker? If you had a magic wand, what would you use to, what would you fix? Because again, I want to make sure that this is getting to the right people in the way that is going to help them. And then, what additional materials? So like, worksheets, guided meditations, like a companion course, stuff like that. So you still might have a chance to get that, because I'm going to take that down, because I'm about to get back into the, like, all right, it's time to get into edit mode so I can get these final edits off and get it off to the next stage of the editing publication, right? So that's justinwink.com/book survey. But otherwise, definitely invite you to go to justinwink.com/VIP and become a VIP, so you can be a part of this. And because it really is about all of us kind of helping each other and feeling like we're connected and co-supporting each other along this journey. And yeah, I'm very grateful that I'm doing this. I've been grateful for all the support, yet it has been a challenging, and it's like in a vacuum, this would be challenging enough, yet there's roadblocks and pitfalls that have been coming up along the way. Like even just this week, I got a box of 2 boxes that were sent by my dad, and it had a bunch of things that I guess my mom had related to me. And now that she's passed, she's dead. My dad's gone through her house and stuff and decided these are the things to send to me. Yet he didn't provide an explanation. He's just 2 boxes and just random stuff. It's like, oh man, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is all this? Like, there's like photos from me being a baby up through high school, and it's like stuff she took, stuff I sent, gifts that I've given her. There's like stuff from high school, like program from various graduations. There's even like a lock of my hair from like when I was 1 year old. So just a lot, literally a lot to unpack. And it's like, what? Some of the stuff I'm like, why did he send this? Like with these pictures where it's like, you know, me and him, and it's like, why doesn't he want this? Does he not want me in my life? Which is fine, you know. Just tell me, give me some explanation. Life goes on as this book writing goes on, as I'm confronting all of these fears and stuff. And I think that's a lot of maybe why we do some of the stuff we do, is to see what we're capable of. Because a lot of things, when you think about it, it's like, why the fuck would you do that? That's a lot of work, a lot of hassle, a lot of trouble. Yet there's probably something that you've done in your life that it was just seemed ridiculous, yet you did it, or you did it and it worked out and you're glad you did it. Even if maybe it was a failure, but you gave it a shot and you learned something and you became a better person for it. And I think sometimes we really forget that there doesn't necessarily need to be a reason, that sometimes you just want because you want. Sometimes you don't want just because you don't want. And that's okay. You can want what you want, and you can avoid what you want to avoid. That's part of being a human. It's part of having this experience, being along for the ride. I realized that I don't want a box of random sentimental shit sent to me without explanation. So I put that out there. I've communicated that, you know, even if it was like gold bars sent just out of nowhere with no explanation, like, what is this? Do people die for this? So I think that's an okay boundary, and I don't have to explain it. I just don't want random stuff sent to me from a man that I don't know his intentions with me. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know your intentions. I don't know if I want anything from you. So I know this is kind of a weird book announce episode. Probably not what you expect. It's not what I expected, yet it's what's going on. It's what's happening. And I think where I want to end with this is, sometimes we don't necessarily know how we got to where we are, but we're where we are. And that's been one of the things I've been working on, is accepting all aspects of my life, accepting who's in my life, how am I feeling, accepting my body, accepting my circumstances, and working with it. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm giving up, that that's just the way it's got to be, yet just recognizing that this is where I am and that this is what I'm working with. Like, I am the artist of my own life, such as you. And if you don't stop to take a look at the canvas, you don't take a minute to stop and look at, what are my brushes available? What are the paints? What are the different colors? How are you going to create what you want? It's not going to prevent you from creating anything different, but how you go about it is going to be dramatically different based on where you are. And if you're trying to paint a painting, but you've got crayons, it's probably going to be awful. I do want to thank you for listening. I do want to thank you for being a part of this. And I am very excited. And I'm excited to have you along for the ride. I'm so happy that you're a listener. do keep listening. Do follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars, tell a friend. It really does help, because I'm guessing you get something out of this if you're listening, and probably somebody else would get something out of it too. Yeah, and I feel like the book is going to be the same thing. This is just sort of like the next level, just another way for people to get to, learn about themselves and grow in a way that is unique. Because there's lots of ways. Like, we're all going to learn and grow in ways that work best for us. And anything that I can provide, I'm here for you. And very grateful. So if you want to become a supporter of the Engineered to Love, going beyond success to fulfillment using practical tools to relax, recharge, and reconnect, then go to justinwink.com/VIP. We're going to have some fun, because I feel like that's definitely something that we can always use more and more of. We can have fun. We can be productive. We can support each other. It doesn't have to be like this or that, or one only happens after the other thing. We can mix more of these things together and have a beautiful, amazing life where we're supporting, we're loving, we're enjoying. And with that, I'm going to end this episode, and I'm going to say good day. If you want to contact the show, email me at podcast@justinwink.com. That's Justin, WENCK. And find me on social media, Justin Wink, Ph.D. on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want ways so that you can relax, recharge, and reconnect, find the Tuesday 20 every Tuesday at 12:05 p.m. Pacific. It's only 20 minutes, and it's going to get you relaxed, recharged, and reconnected. It's on YouTube, and it's on Facebook. So looking forward to seeing you there.